What's going on, everybody? Christian Ballard here, Ballard Sports Media, coming at you live tonight, recapping the final home games for the Wallace State Lions, winning both of them against Coastal South at home. Next week, they start on the ACCC. Um, uh, ACCC, whatever, tournament next week. Quite a bit of teams there overall. Looking forward to seeing that. That's in Tuscaloosa. I'm probably won't go because kind of just stick to the home games, but obviously wish the Lions the best of luck, both the men's and the women's. What's up, Goose? What's up, Georgia Bulldog Will? How you guys doing? Love y'all. Good seeing you. Let's start with the Lady Lions and how they did, and I'll get some video footage for you guys out tonight too, or maybe get it tomorrow, whatever. I can't believe that it's only 10 o'clock where I am, but overall, you always play the women's team plays before the men's. They always play on the same day, and they normally have like a Friday or Saturday game and a couple maybe Tuesday or Wednesday games in between. 74-51, the final score of the Lady Lions basketball game. Overall, what I saw, just probably one of their better defensive games when you look at it. I've mentioned before that it is a great team that Coach McBriar has put together for the girls. And, they can shoot the three very well and everything like that overall. The men's team I have noticed is kind of it's a little, I don't know if I want to say better, but just more consistent or fast tempo. Like I feel like there's a little bit more, like I get more excited watching the men's team just a little bit. Like there's that energy. I don't know what it is, but they play not, I don't want to say they play like a Gonzaga or a Baylor or an NBA team, but they're pretty darn good. But going into this game for the women's, Coastal Alabama South is the college. Their women's team was 9-14 on the year heading into the game. So I mean, they're not. And again, I'm not going to come on here and rip on any team. I'm not going to do that. But clearly, a 9-14 record, not really the best of seasons for them. They're on you got Wallace, who's 15-11, 3-game win streak prior to the game. The game starts. Number 10 for Wallace got the initial tip off. We started with possession. Coastal was playing really good defense, especially inside the perimeter in the paint, just right up against the basket. You had a couple players that they had, number 4, number 21, can make some good shots, played good on defense too. Lions had number 10, who tried for an inside shot to start off, no good. I don't have Coastal's roster, but number 10, number 4, and number 0 were a trio that I thought played really well for them tonight. Number 10, let me see. Yeah, number 10, Tamia Yancey for the Lions played very, very well, shooting the three. And let's see, George. Did you watch the game, Will? Here, let me do that. By the way, let me drop. Y'all go check this out. Go check out the school I go to, Wallace State. Amazing school, amazing people there. I'm gonna drop this. This is where they stream the games on YouTube. Y'all go subscribe to them and check them out, man, for sure. A lot of great people over there that I love and just care about. Go Lions. Anyway, I apologize. Back to this game. Getting back to this game real quick. Let's start over. Number 10, Tamia Yancey, got the initial tip-off for the Lady Lions. Coastal Alabama, South, whatever, this team that we were playing tonight, played really good defense, especially inside the paint, inside the perimeter. Just good blocking, good techniques, caused the Lions to get a couple fouls. Number 4, number 21 for them. We tried a couple. The Lions tried to get some shots inside, and they tried early on and they couldn't get it going, but eventually they got into it. They got a really good rhythm, I think. And they ran the floor a bit. I mean, they just kind of went up and down the court. For Wallace, not even 20 seconds later, or hold on, I'm skipping ahead. Let me start here. Number 4, Peyton Golden for Wallace State got the first points, and then not even 20 seconds later, Tamina Yancey, who I thought was a key player tonight, number 10, got 2 points in the paint. 3.5 minutes, into the first quarter, the Lions were up on a 6-2 run. Both teams had a few fouls in there. Number 25, number 22, kind of back-to-back for Coastal. So they kind of killed themselves just a bit with some fouls here or there. The Lions at times had some fouls too. Jackson, number 3 for the Lions, hit a 3 with a minute left. Overall, just kind of push it forward. A great defensive, but really good offensive start for the Lions. They led at the end of the first 13-8. They would go on and go for a 25-9 run, outscoring Coastal in the second quarter, and they lead 38-17 at halftime. Overall, there's a lot of great players on this roster for them. Golden, number 4, Garrett, number 5, has been a key name that they talk about. It's a great point guard. Tamia Yancey is number 10, who's a forward. Just a lot of great players. Wallace, look, the NBA better watch out. I'm telling you. Anyway, I'm just kidding. But they're a really good team. They played really good, hard-hitting basketball tonight. One of the better defensive games I've seen from the Lady Lions. And, overall, you just give them credit. I give Coastal South some credit, too. I think that was probably one of the tougher defenses that the Lions have had to face, but it was still one of the better – it was like one of the better defenses they've had to face, but also one of the better defensive type of games that the Lady Lions had played. Like one of the better defensive performances, one of the better defenses that they had to face, and overall, I think that they just did – really, really good. Let me screen share too. Let's do the schedule. Check out these scores here. They got a couple games left, obviously. In the background, by the way, that's Tom Drake Coliseum here in Hansville. So they got this tournament upcoming, which that's a March 1st through the 4th thing. I guess it's single elimination. I guess if you lose one game, you're done. But this is practically like their own March Madness right there in the first weekend. So that's coming up here, which not even the weekend. That's Tuesday to Friday of next week. But that's going to be over in Tuscaloosa. So I won't be going. I'll be staying here, obviously, just for school. But obviously, we wish the Lady Lions, and I think the men's are playing over in Tuscaloosa for this tournament too. We wish them all the best of luck. We say go Lions, and it's only up from here. So you go win the tournament. I'm assuming that's the end of this season for the ACCC. What is it? Alabama Community College Conference or something like that. So you kind of. I guess you have that tournament, and you can be champions in this little mini conference here in Alabama. But again, overall, I'm just this has been really, really fun. This year has been amazing. Just going to the games, I've met the coaches, and I've said hey to one or two of the players. It's been really cool. I haven't really done much like with interviews or anything, but you guys have heard, like I mentioned, like I keep in touch with the AD. I think we're still trying to work on setting some stuff up. We got baseball kicking off, softball starting up too. Really, I think we'll have everything going except for basketball at Wallace. But again, to quickly recap, 74-51 Coastal South, falling short to the Wallace State Lions. They put on a great show in their final home game of the season. And again, overall, you go back to it in the third quarter, the Lions outscored. Actually, it wasn't enough for Coastal, but Coastal outscored 20-10 in the third quarter. It was 48-37. Lions were still up, but they got slowed down. But it was one of those bend but not break approaches. And overall, you give them props. Honestly, it was pretty cool to see this game tonight too. Like on paper, when you look at the final score, yeah, you say the Lions probably beat the crap out of Coastal South. Okay, that's fair to say. But again, I mentioned the Coastal South went on a 20-10 run. When you go back and look at it in that third quarter, they had their chances. But what happened was, even though the defense for the Lions kind of bent a little and broke, overall, the offense didn't quit. Because, see, I say this a lot in football. You can come back being down big. You can put some points up on the board in any sport. It could be baseball. It could be golf. I don't know. Par 4, 10, whatever it is. I don't know. Right? You could be down and you could try to make a comeback. But the one thing that's going to kill it is if you're still giving up points. You could be down at half 26-10 in a football game. You could come back. You could all of a sudden have 21 points, but let's say you've given up 14 points and your opponent has 40. What good is that going to do? That was kind of, in a way, how it was for Coastal from their perspective, because, Wallace got off to a pretty good start and everything. And Coastal, towards the end, I mean, they were making some good shots. They have some good players, but Wallace would not go away. And Coastal just kept letting Wallace put some points up, and they win by 23 points. You do that math, 74-51. The final score of the Lady Lions' final home game at Tom Drake, and they went over Coastal South. I'd say a pretty good way to end the regular season for the Wallace State Lady Lions overall. That being said, I don't want to be on here too long. It is getting late. It is a Saturday. I got church in the morning, but we'll get moving on down the road here. But one of the more interesting teams to watch, which I love watching them both just as much, is the men's team. How about the gentlemen of Wallace State? The men's Lions team, 96-78, a better offensive performance, 96 points on the board. They didn't play as good defense as the Lady Lions did. Again, they gave up 51. The men give up 78 here. Overall, this was a great game to watch too. Coach Sharp had his boys ready. They just overall had that offense. When you look at it, they started out this game here just really dominant like they normally are. And I'm not saying that to necessarily brag on Wallace State, but I mean, it was, first off, it was 20-minute halves. And there in the first half, what you had was not even 2 minutes in. Like, you were maybe a minute and 20 seconds into the game. Lions were already up 6-3, and just shooting the three very, very well. Not a whole lot of outside defense, just kind of giving it up, a little bit of a shootout. You had some key players in there. One of my favorite guys to watch is number 5, Lemons, Jalen. And, he does a very good job. He's one of the key go-to stars that can shoot the ball very, very well. And hold on, scoring is more common in the men's game. Doesn't mean no. You're right. That's not necessarily what I meant. I just didn't think of how else to put it, Jacob. But you make a good point there. Scoring, yeah, scoring is more common for the men's team. They're just better at scoring, but that doesn't make like defense or whatever um, like any worse. But like their opponent. No. I mean, Coastal men's played some good defense, but it was one of those where the Lions were just going to win because of the offense. Um, I can't even pull up the roster. I'm still, honestly, am still trying to learn all the players and everything. I know who's it? One guy is Lemons, number 5. He's one of the go-to stars. There's Williams. There's a couple key guys on there, but overall, let's just look at it as a collective group. I mean, it was 16-9 at one point in the first. 15 minutes in, Coastal's trying to hit threes. They couldn't. Wide open shots here or there that they just couldn't get off. I mean, they got it off, but they just didn't have enough height on the shot, so they couldn't make it. Coastal made some shots when they needed to, but the men's team, they did play some good defense, but Coastal also had opportunities and they had a hard time shooting it. The Lions offense comes together so well. You got number 11, you got number 10, you got 5, right? You got all those guys out there. Wallace State, this team, I've watched because there's been a couple times where I went to the men's game and I might have missed the women's game. So in ways, I have seen the men's team a little more. But what I've seen from them is they're very tough. They're competitive. They play really good inside defense. They can get some blocks. And they did that very well tonight. They get really good rebounds. I mean, and they play together collectively as a group overall, and they play very well. But again, the final home game for both of these teams, I mentioned the Lady Lions 74-51, 96-78. The men's team for Coastal South did have some better shooters. And like Will, or was it Jacob in here saying, like, no, they didn't play as good of an offense in the win. It's not that. Truly the men's offense is just electrifying to watch. And again, I don't want to. I want to, but I don't. It's not NBA style, but man, they're just very well coached and disciplined. Coach Sharp has definitely put together a great team, and it's been fun to watch this year. I wish these teams nothing but the best in the tournament coming up next week in Tuscaloosa. It's going to be amazing. I will not be going, unfortunately, but surely, I'm sure that the school will be broadcasting live on YouTube. Maybe I could go live for it. I could try to see what I could do. But again, we'll see. But I love Wallace State. It's a great school, getting a good education so far, and it's been fun watching the basketball teams this year, for sure. But yeah, I wish these teams nothing but the best luck in the tournaments upcoming. Definitely, again, like I said, for the Lions, hoping y'all have a good run. Make us proud in Hanceville and Coleman, all of Coleman County here in Alabama. And yeah, so, but really good games tonight and just really overall a great and fun season to watch. But again, the Lady Lions 74-51 over Coastal South. The men's 96-78 over Coastal South. Both teams getting it done and winning at home in their final home games this afternoon.
So, anyway, I've kind of gone on long enough. I don't know, but in golf, I think I still got that one. Hold on.
Yummy. In golf?
I love that quote. In golf. Oh, man. Anyway, it's Saturday night. I got church tomorrow. I wanted to come on here and recap these games for you. I could have done a better job, honestly, but overall, I credit these teams, and I do love school there. It's amazing. I got a lot of great people there. Teachers are great resources. The AD, I won't give his name out on here, but just shout out to him for. I consider him definitely a good mentor. He helped me get involved and start going to the games and everything. So, but I wanted to try to bring it on here for you guys. Being a sportscaster and everything, I don't want to just stick to college football. That's the main go-to. And college basketball, obviously, with March Madness coming up. We're a few days away from March, by the way. I think is it a week from tomorrow? I think a week from tomorrow is the tournament selection, if I'm not mistaken. But we'll see. But I'm excited. And by the way, that being said, and I don't want to change the subject too much, but let's double check on how some of these teams did. Maybe do a stream tomorrow. I don't know. We'll see what happens, but I'd like to get a stream in next week because we had some games today, and really all of this week. And as March gets here next week, we got so much to talk about with like the selection and everything coming up pretty soon. Oh no! Are you serious? Now hold on, folks. Speaking of, I cannot make this up if I wanted to. Gonzaga is failing right now. Are you watching this game? Look at this. This is men's. No. Listen, I said this. I don't hate Gonzaga. I love Coach Few. I love the Zags. I love all those players. They're amazing. But after the undefeated season that they had last year, I mean, it'd be cool to see them win the title and everything. But look at this upset potentially brewing with St. Mary's number 23. Jacob says 8 top 10 teams lost today. Yeah, let's go back and double check that. Because obviously I was at Wallace State, so I didn't really see everything that happened today. Let me double check what happened. Let's see. I'm going to change the background too since we're done with the Wallace State stuff for tonight. Here we go. You got all these games live. 26. What the hell? Where's? Yep, Tennessee got Auburn. Michigan State got Purdue. Baylor upset Kansas. Arkansas upset Kentucky. Yes. Duke got Syracuse. That's expected. TCU got Texas Tech. So you had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 top 10 teams go down. Alabama pulled away from South Carolina. Texas barely squeaks by West Virginia. Wisconsin gets through Rutgers. Man, Talk about some top 10 madness today. Florida and Georgia. This is crazy. I might have to do an afternoon stream or something tomorrow or Monday, whenever. Really just kind of tired tonight, honestly. But yeah, we gotta get some more. Got to get you guys on next week and definitely talk about all this. Get you guys on, talk about it next week, and it'll be something. And golf, yeah, I remember that. Let's see what else. Clemson, Boston College. Who cares? Where's some other top 10s right here? LSU won by 20 against Mizzou. LSU is a good team. Missouri, I guess. I don't know. Arkansas, how did Arkansas do? Because they're still ranked. They upset Kentucky. We just went through that. UCLA won. I like UCLA. Wisconsin, Murray State, Texas. Man, it's like if it wasn't an upset with ranked teams, the higher seeded teams that won outside of maybe the Duke game had to squeak by. This was a good day for basketball at Wallace first off, and then it looks like in college basketball. Jacob says LSU is a good team. They just sleep through their schedule. Yeah, they can't take every game seriously. I don't know what's wrong with them. They don't know what games to focus on or what games not to, it seems like sometimes. It's like the games they're supposed to pay attention to and wake up for, that you better not lose this or else you're going to be a laughingstock, and they drop it. Or vice versa. And it doesn't always happen, but I mean, still. Oh, how about this? Loyola Chicago, a tournament team from last year in Northern Iowa, overtime game there, 102-96. Wake blows, not really much of a blowout, 22-point game, 99-77 Wake Forest over Louisville. Some interesting games here. UAB UTEP 69-66. Jordan Walker with 22 points for UAB. Incredible. Let's see what's up for tomorrow here. And then I'm gonna get off here and go to bed. But I want to double check tomorrow's schedule. So you got UConn at Georgetown, Princeton, and Harvard. Battle of the big time, can't get into schools. SMU, Houston, Illinois, Michigan, Nebraska, Penn State. Not really a whole lot of good ones here, honestly. Alabama doesn't sleep through. They just don't prepare. Yeah, you couldn't have said it better, Jacob. I mean, I think that – and we had a good game today, but if you want to point out some losses that they've had, they just – they're not one to overlook a team, I don't think. I think that they just don't – and I don't want to say it's a coaching thing. It might be Nate Oates, but it's like there's something missing in their losses. The games that they lose, it's either they can't hit threes or they can't play defense inside. It's like that one little monkey on their back that they can't get rid of. And, it's weird. I mean, they beat Gonzaga earlier this year. Or Baylor. Who did they? Yeah. If they beat Gonzaga early on. So we know they can beat the great teams. It's not like they can't beat big-time teams. Not at all like that. We know that they can. What's up, Benji? Clemson is a heaping pile of brown. Sunday never has good college basketball games. Yeah, that's right. Gonzaga, Baylor, and Tennessee. Yeah, here you go. This is what we did today, though. So overall, I'll do one last recap of this, and we'll be good. But so the Crimson Tide in men's basketball bouncing back a bit. They've had some losses. They've had some wins. 90-71. They win this one. Stevenson with South Carolina, 17 points, 7 of 13 on his field goals. No free throw attempts for him. Shackelford made all 5. So, I mean, it was 50-27. 50-27 at halftime. Now, South Carolina is 17-11. 8-8 in conference play on the year. Overall, 38 rebounds for Bama, 30 for South Carolina, 19 turnovers for South Carolina in this game, which obviously does play a factor. They had a lower field goal percentage, lower 3-point percentage. Like in the team stats category, on paper in this area right here that you see, you could say, okay, they played it close. But then you look at the scoreboard and they lose by 18 or 19. 19 points. It's like, how does that happen? And not only that, you look at the first half, it was 50-27. 23 points deficit at halftime. Could not get anything going defensively for South Carolina. Could not get much going offensively. Overall, Shackelford was the go-to guy for Alabama. He has been the past couple weeks. Look at the team stats here. 47 field goal percentage for Bama, I mentioned. 13 of 33 on their three-pointers, 39%. Compare that to 33% for South Carolina, 7 of 21. Also with a 45 field goal percentage. 8 offensive rebounds for the Gamecocks, 22 on defense, 25 defensive rebounds for Alabama, 13 offensively. Alabama had a block and 8 steals. They had 17 turnovers in this game and 14 fouls. Where did South Carolina shoot themselves to the foot? Well, first off, the biggest lead that Alabama had in this game was 25. And no, that's not the final score here. And the largest lead South Carolina had was 3. They had a technical foul. They had 19 turnovers, right? They shot the free throw better. What does that matter? 3-pointer they couldn't really get. Overall, Alabama just had that offense. South Carolina, Alabama plays some great defense, but I really don't know if I want to give necessarily all of the credit to Alabama here. Now, this is coming from an Alabama fan, by the way. But when you look at it, South Carolina just struggled. And they got a good record. They've had a pretty interesting season. Haven't really been ranked, but being an unranked team or whatever, that doesn't make you a bad team. They got a good record. They have more wins than losses. Right? They've had some win streaks here or there. But when they play the better and bigger teams, like a 24-ranked Alabama, what do you expect to happen? South Carolina's going to falter, Let's look at what they've done this year. 6 in the SEC. They took a loss after a 4-game win streak at Georgia, at Ole Miss, LSU, and Mississippi State. Those are good wins for South Carolina. They lost 3. They won 4. Now they lose here. Their next game is Missouri. I don't know what to expect there. Then they got to go at Auburn. Please win that one. Just Keon Ellis with some slam dunks. Keon Ellis had a heck of a game. Javon Quinterly, especially too. Keon Ellis and Javon Quinterly really in this game when I saw it, just kind of were the two key factors for the Crimson Tide, I think. But again, overall, 90-71, South Carolina goes down. Just can't get it going. They had offense, but Alabama had more to give, basically. I mean, that's what I see when I see a score like this where, oh, well, they scored 71 points. That's great. But when you give up 90, oh, they didn't have they couldn't shoot. They couldn't score. Don't tell me they couldn't score because they got 71 points on the board. You know? But they gave up 90. They just didn't have enough for this team. They can score, but keeping up with Alabama was a whole nother story. But Alabama wins it by 19, and a couple weeks left before the SEC tournament, and we'll see where they go from there. Anyway, I'm going to get out of here. What's up, Michael? Welcome. I'm doing good tonight, and yeah, it's StreamYard going. I'm not going to drop the link or anything, man. I'm tired, and I wanted to come on here, look at the Bama game, but really the Wallace State games from tonight. But I appreciate y'all showing up, man. I love y'all. Maybe I could do a stream next week, and we'll hang out here in a few days. But I'm just it's been a long day. I got new tires on the car today, which was really good. So I very much needed that. The tires that I had, it's an older car, but the tires have been on the car since the car was made, and it's an 06 Highlander. So they've kind of wear and tear, and yeah, but I mean, it's nothing special about the tires. I mean, it's I'd say replica, but a newer make. Like they're more recent. I don't know, but anyway, it's just been a long day for me. I got church tomorrow, but I'm gonna get out of here. I love you guys to death. Y'all mean a lot to me. Jesus loves you. He's got an amazing plan for your life. Believe that. And, just keep having faith and everything. I'm going back through comments, by the way. Jacob, I missed this one. Is Wallace State where I'm going to become a sportscaster? It's possible that's where I get my full-on start outside of YouTube. It is a great possibility, but take it one step at a time. But I'd like to at least bring it home after going to the games and bring it to you guys on here and just kind of share it with everybody. So anyway, I love y'all. Jesus loves you. Keep your head up. Please like, comment, and subscribe right here to Ballard Sports Media for more sports content. And until next time, folks, Ballard Sports Media, check it out. Love y'all. God bless. And like I always say,
Roll Tide!
tell them, Will. Love y'all. Roll Tide.